Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Hold on. Okay, Abby, you got to turn this way like this. Okay, and then you turn and point at the camera. All right, ready? And say, "Good morning, Huntsville."
Good morning, Huntsville.
There you go. So, awesome.
I felt very like news anchor.
Awesome. Well, it is Hug a News Person Day today. So if you see Abby, give her a pat on the back, give her a hug, tell her hello. So it's the weirdest day. Let me go to both of us. There we go, Abby.
Right. Hi.
It's the weirdest day today. Who in the world thought of this day, National Hug a News Person Day today?
April 4th.
Do you know what year the word newsman or newsman, is it newsman or newsman? Probably newsman.
Newsman.
You know what date? I have to cover up the screen. Do you know what date the word newsman goes back to?
No.
Take a guess. Wild guess.
Like a year?
Yeah, a year. What year does the word newsman go back to, Abby?
Like 19.
Oh, longer.
Longer?
Yeah. Our audience out there, welcome in.
Like it's in the 20s?
Well, it's way longer than that, yeah.
Oh, longer.
Like earlier, way before that. Way before the 1900s.
1530.
That's close, Abby. Can you believe this? 1596.
Wow.
Is the first time that the word newsman was used from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. This is very important. See, Abby, you and I, before we got on, we were like, what are we going to talk about today? I said, I don't know.
I know.
We'll just figure it out as we go along. And then who would have thought that we would be talking about the word newsman?
I think that's cool, though. I mean, I feel silly for saying 19.
No, I would have thought that because, I mean, there wasn't a guy walking around with a microphone in the 1500s.
No, I would have never thought that they were talking about news.
1596. The first time that word was used, according to Merriam-Webster. I wonder who Merriam-Webster is also.
They must be important.
Yeah, was there a lady named Merriam, a guy named Webster, and they just was like, let's come up with a dictionary?
Maybe it's like husband, wife.
Somebody this morning, look that up for us. We're not going to do the research.
You let us know.
You start digging in right now, and you let us know what Merriam-Webster, who that is, where they came from. They came after this date, so they had to have, yeah.
Yeah.
Few well-known news persons. Got to say it correctly now. It's not newswoman, newsman. It's news person.
News person.
Could be a man. Could be a woman. News person. Tom Brokaw, Barbara Walters, David Brinkley. Haven't heard of him. Katie Couric, Walter Cronkite. Did you ever know Walter Cronkite?
I haven't heard any of these people. I don't think I've watched the news.
That's because
In a while.
that Abby, for just to let you know, and all young people out there, I'll be 40 on Monday, so I'm no longer young.
Yay!
I don't know, not very happy.
That's
about
exciting.
It. Not happy about it. To be honest with you,
I'm pumped.
I'm not pumped. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Justin just turned 30, from the Color Bar, and here I am turning 40. It's not good. There actually is a lot to be thankful. 30. I'll say this: my 30s were probably the hardest. It was the best years, but the hardest years of my life.
Really?
Best years because I met, Bridget and I, and we got married and had babies. Those were the best things. Hardest things. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
That's a book that I'm gonna write when I'm like 90 years old and just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
So when I turn 90,
My 30s.
When I turn 90, I'll have the big reveal of what happened in my 30s. Half the people that
We'll be looking out for it.
Well, it's the get better, not bitter. So maybe when you're 90, I think you're allowed to be a little bitter.
Oh yeah.
And by that time, anyone that I was bitter towards probably won't be here anymore anyway. So I'll just write a book about it.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
You can't get over it. You just gotta write a book about it.
I'm just gonna wait till I'm 90, and then the can of the homestyle beans will pour out of the can. Just kidding. So here's where I was going with this. You haven't heard any of these because these were news people that actually told the news. These were people that were actually good at telling the news. See, nowadays we have not newscasters, we have opinionators. Mm-hmm. They like to give their opinion on everything. Instead of just saying, hey, yesterday there was a fire located at blah, blah, blah. And then that's it. They told the news, right? Well, nowadays it's, yesterday there was a fire at blah, blah, blah. We know why this fire started. Let's bring in a panel and talk about it. What do you think? Well, the fire department didn't show up. And see, it goes into this huge debate and everybody gets upset.
Yeah.
We don't do that on Hello Huntsville, by the way.
No.
But Walter Cronkite, he had a very distinct kind of voice to him. Ann Curry. I've heard of all these. Lester Holt.
Really?
Peter Jennings, in my opinion, was the last of the Mohicans and the great news anchors. So Peter Jennings was on ABC News. It's just a little education piece for you because it's like news nerd for me back in the day. Peter Jennings smoked early on in his life, and it's actually a very kind of heartbreaking story. Peter Jennings was a very good newsman. This was before I really felt like any of the networks took any political sides. They just told the news. Mm-hmm. And I remember when 9/11 happened. You weren't born 9/11, were you? See, this is makes...
I was born 3 years after.
See, it's so weird.
No,
It's so weird. Did y'all study that in school, by the way? See, it's so weird. I don't know, man.
We had on
not looking forward
the
to 40.
anniversary of 9/11 every year, K through 12. I remember it was like a thing. We all sat down in a classroom. We had to turn the lights off, and we all watched it happen. And then we the videos, and then we would remember it. It was a thing, and we did it K through 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I brought all that up is because Peter Jennings, among many of these, several of them, of course, weren't around, but Tom Brokaw and these guys were around, Katie Couric. But Peter Jennings was on the air. He had smoked earlier in his life, and he said the events of 9/11 rattled him so much and ate at the core of his soul so much that he could not deal with it.
Wow.
And Peter Jennings went back to smoking cigarettes after 9/11. And then a few years later, he would come on the air one night out of nowhere, and you could tell that something was going on because his voice was almost gone. Mm-hmm. And he basically said, this is going to be my last newscast. I have lung cancer. And then shortly thereafter, he passed away. It was a very tragic story. But, I mean, he was, in my opinion, Dan Rather was a good one, too. See, I'm talking all these names right now.
Yeah, I don't know him, but
it was kind of tragic, because I really, really, really respected a lot of these guys, and I really respected guys like. And I'm going to show a clip here. This is from Matt Evans on Facebook. See, this is why I love this show. I have no idea where we're going to go.
I like it. I'm
but here is the announcement from Peter Jennings. This was years and years ago. Don't get asking me when because I can't really tell you when. But this was the announcement from Peter Jennings. And let me see if I can play this. I hope we don't get flagged with the copyright. We're not trying to take content from anybody's channel or anything like that. But here's that spot.
And now to Peter Jennings. Anybody who knows him will tell you he is not only an extraordinary journalist, but incredibly tough.
Finally, this evening, a brief note about change. Some of you have noticed in the last several days that I was not covering the Pope. While my colleagues at ABC did a superb job, I did think a few times I was missing out. However, as some of you now know, I have learned in the last couple of days that I have lung cancer. Yes, I was a smoker until about 20 years ago, and I was weak, and I smoked over 9/11. But whatever the reason, the news does slow you down a bit. I've been reminding my colleagues today, who have all been incredibly supportive, that almost 10 million Americans are already living with cancer, and I have a lot to learn from them. And living is the key word. The National Cancer Institute says that we are survivors from the moment of diagnosis. I will continue to do the broadcast. On good days, my voice will not always be like this. Certainly, it's been a long time, and I hope it goes without saying that a journalist who doesn't value deeply the audience's loyalty should be in another line of work. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little surprised at the kindness today from so many people. That's not intended as false modesty, but even I was taken aback by how far and how fast news travels. Finally, I wonder if other men and women ask their doctors right away, "Okay, doc, when does the hair go?" At any rate, that's it for now in World News Tonight. Have a good evening. I'm Peter Jennings. Thanks and good night.
So there's just something, back then, Abby, about even the way he presented, and he did go on to do the news for a little bit longer. I was false in what I said earlier. But there was something, you could probably see, he was a young person, just a very humble man. And he was just thankful for his job. And he said, if you can't appreciate your audience, you should be in the business anyways. The reason we got on this whole talk is today it's National Hug a News Person Day today. But yeah, we just live in different times. And here's something I talked about the other day, Abby, and I'm gonna share this with you, and maybe you can provide some insight on it too. But you're what, 20? So you've had a life so far. There's a lot. We'll talk about something that you've accomplished here in just a few moments. It's really exciting. But some people say the good old days, and I used to say, oh, the good old days. The good old days could have been yesterday. It could have been 5 years ago. Even in your 20 years, it could have been when you were 10 years old. The good old days when I was in elementary school and didn't have to worry about all this other stuff. But I want to encourage you this morning. We have inspiration on this show every single day. And the inspiration today that I feel like is in my heart is please don't go back and say the good old days. And hear me out on this, because when you say the good old days, you're referencing the past. And the past is important, but you can also choose what future you want to have. And I believe this morning that today is the best day. And I want to encourage you as you wake up every single day that you may be going through the deepest pain that you've ever encountered in your life, whether it's a relationship, a loss of someone that was close to you, a death in the family. But this morning, I do want to encourage you with every ounce that you possibly can, acknowledge that today could be the best day. It is the best day.
Yeah.
And get out of that mindset of saying the good old days, because the good old days are right now. And the good old days are today and tomorrow and for the rest of the future.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that, Abby, as a young person?
So it really reminded me of this song, and I think as a young person, young people might know the song. But the part of a song says, "May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows." And I would always listen to that song on test days. Days I would have to take a test. I don't know why. It just became a routine. And so that just sparked it, And I think that that's a really good message to bring out, because I think that if the best of your todays are the worst of your tomorrows, your days can only get better. It's only going up from there, and it's only getting more positive. And then when people do look back and they're like, oh, well, I miss the good old days, the times where I didn't have to pay bills, or I didn't have to go through rent, or all the things. I think that that's making a negative impact on where you're at currently, where that's only pushing you further. I'm at 20. And I think that there's some things that I'm doing right now that are insanely hard and difficult. And I could definitely be like, well, remember that time in 5th grade where I didn't have to do anything and all I had to do was play outside and whatever. But if we look at right now, what I'm doing right now is going to set me up for the next 20 years of my life instead of the next day. in 5th grade. You know, I wasn't working towards anything beneficial at that time.
You're just working on, hey, I can't wait to get home and hang out with my friends.
You know, I wasn't worried about anything. But now I'm doing so much, and everybody always tells me that I'm doing too much. I don't look at it that way. You know, I look at it as I'm doing so much right now, so I don't have to do that much later, and I'm already set up, and everything's okay and positive. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.
Man, that's really good, Abby. I'm just going to leave and let you. We got.
It's fine. I got it.
We got like 45 minutes. I'm ready to take off. You know, we're 200 and how many are we into this now? 247 episodes into this. So hey, well, we had a nice 17-minute. What do you call it? Like monologue to enter this show today. So we want to welcome you in. Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate all of you. We are here on a Thankful Thursday. A great show lined up today. You've already heard from Abby Albright. She is with the Color Bar, handles all their marketing, and some great news we'll talk about a little bit later on the show. Abby's made a major accomplishment and some more great things coming her way, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. We also have Josie joining us. She will be talking more about the Color Run. I know we talked about it yesterday, but we really, really, really want to hammer this home and let folks know what's going on. You know, we do have a different audience. We have the same audience, a lot of people every day, but we do have different folks that join us different days. Just heard word from a good friend of mine that Coach Rodney Southern watches our show from time to time. So we want to give a special good morning, Huntsville.
Morning.
And a big thank you to Coach Southern and all that he does for our youth here in this community. He's the athletic director at Huntsville ISD, also the head football coach. Some exciting times. Starting last year, really for many years since Coach Southern got here, but some really exciting times at the new stadium and the new baseball and softball fields, and he has just been such a positive influence to our community, most importantly to our young people. And so, Coach, if you're watching this morning, we just want to say hello to you, and we appreciate you as well. And hey, you know, I said something yesterday too, that it doesn't matter if you're the most well-known in a community or you're somebody who really needs help. You know, I think that we need to make sure that we acknowledge and engage with everyone across the board. I heard a story the other day of a lady that was telling me that she had known this homeless person here in our community, and she just had this tug at her heart saying, you know, I need to help him in some way. And so she single-handedly reached out to this guy, saw him, and apparently now this person is working. They're on their way to getting their own place. So you think about that, you know, and don't just look at somebody and think just because of their situation that they don't have any motivation, or there's something going on at the root of everybody's life that I think it's important that we acknowledge and that we lend a hand to people. I end up broadcast with that message. Every single broadcast I've done probably over the last 10 years is that same message where I always say provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. And so maybe that's something else this morning. If you see somebody, just ask them how they're doing and have a genuine conversation with them. You know, it's not going to hurt anybody or hurt anything. And I think that you could really help somebody out. So, but we're thankful that you're all here joining us this morning. So let us know that you're out there. A lot of people already chiming in. Hey, Bobby Liggins. Bobby, I don't know if you've joined our show before, or at least commented in. That is the wife of one of my favorite people in Huntsville, Brother I.G. Liggins. He has a gospel show on the local radio station here, I believe on Wednesday nights. And I just love the Liggins family. But Bobby is joining us this morning, his wife.
Good morning.
So good to see you on this morning, Bobby. Everyone else, let us know that you're out there. Jay Elms also joining us from Century Security. We appreciate you, Jay. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we'll get to more comments. A lot of people are already a lot of chiming in. You know, Autumn Wheaton sent a great message when we were talking about the news earlier. She said, without passion or prejudice was the credo in the beginning of TV news.
I love that.
So, but again, we couldn't be here on a Thursday. Big thank you to Paul Oley of the Gap. Paul, we love you, man. Did you see what was made for you? Josie, can you grab something for us real quick? It's on the desk over. Josie's here. We're going to have her on in just a few minutes. See, I'm going to put her to work. I don't have my intern on Thursdays. That sign right there. So check this out. Jamie Saucier, and we showed this yesterday morning. Maybe there's new people. Jamie Saucier, Saucier Woodworks. We tell Paul every single morning, Paul, we love you. And Paul has the gallery right here. You know, he provided this space, let us use this little space that we're in. And a big shout out as well to Elliot Herzig of Elliot's Jewelers for helping us to be here. Couldn't do it without his support as well. But Abby, take this sign, because we say this every morning on the show. Paul doesn't even know it yet, probably. He didn't watch yesterday, I don't think. But Abby, flip that sign around. See that, Paul? We love you, Paul. We love you, Paul Oley. So
I love that.
Yeah, isn't that
it's
cool?
so cute too.
I don't even think Paul knows that he has that.
Well made.
Yeah, I don't think Paul knows that he has this yet. And we were joking
There's your
yesterday.
sign.
Yeah, literally. Here's your sign, Paul. What do we got to do, man? Like, we really do love you, man. And this is all thanks to Jamie Saucier of Saucier Woodworks. Rick Boning showed up yesterday from Tomorrow's Promise, had this in his possession and said, here, man, Jamie wanted to give this to Paul. And I purposely haven't, I said yesterday I was going to put it on his chair. I purposely haven't put it on his chair because I want Paul to be on the show commenting when he sees this.
Yes.
So see that, Paul? Look, it's kind of hard, like in the light that way.
I know. I was trying to make it to where you could read it.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
There you go. Look at that, Paul. This community loves you, man. And Jamie Saucier took time, and this isn't something quick and easy. It took him some time to make this thing. So, Paul, if you're out there, let us know that you're there this morning. I've been waiting on you to comment. So, anyways, Steph Valley joining us from Magnolia Kennel. I like what she says. She says, always have future focus, which are goals, but be flexible with change. Yeah, I think that's a good statement.
I think that's a big thing. Being flexible with change is huge.
Terry Arthur Holt messaged us, said, good morning. She said, missed you and your sweet family Sunday at First Baptist. Well, we missed you guys too. That's where we go. Obviously, I'm on staff over there as well, and we just love our church. And Bridget and I went back to G-Town, Georgetown for
fun.
Easter. So.
Fun.
Well, we've already acknowledged Paul. We love you. We've already acknowledged our great friend Elliot Herzig of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com for all your custom jewelry. He has some beautiful Eclipse jewelry, by the way, that you need to look into.
That's what we saw. Was it last week when she had the necklace?
Yes.
Yes.
Laurel. Yeah, you were here on that one, right? Yeah, Laura was here. So.
The necklace was really beautiful.
Elliot, make it like a total eclipse of the heart necklace. You know, what would that look like? It'd be like a heart, but with an eclipse going across it.
I love it.
Total eclipse of the heart. People are dropping off the broadcast. Sorry about that, folks. And then also, of course, last but certainly not least, we appreciate the generous support of our great friends at the Color Bar. Justin Killingsworth just celebrated his 30th birthday. Abby and I sang happy birthday to him last week. I need to go back and clip that.
I know.
Put it out. So we appreciate the Color Bar and so excited to have you here with us, Abby, and all the great things that you guys are doing. I did want to highlight something. Y'all have a new special going on. The extension thing is over. I mean, you can still get extensions.
Absolutely. You can always get extensions.
Y'all got a trade-in, something going on,
yes.
Right? Can I bring my truck and trade it in? Or what's this trade-in about?
Something like that. A little something like that. So with the Color Bar becoming an Aveda salon, I think we've talked about this a couple of times, but it's very exciting. So one of Aveda's big missions, as well as the Color Bar, is just being eco-friendly, giving back, and supporting, the environment that we're in. So if you are able to trade in some of your products from home, you're able to trade up and receive 10% off of Aveda products. That way you can start using professional hair quality products while saving a little bit of money and just turning in your old ones from home.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that's at any product?
Yes.
So I'm starting to think, me, I'm not like scamming. But I'm thinking, can I go to the Dollar Tree and buy 10-cent hair care products? And just
I mean, if you were using that and that's what wasn't working, of course.
They do. By the way, if you're going to try to do that, Abby has this special tool in the hair industry and the salon industry that they can actually scan your bottle of shampoo and they can tell you how long you've had it, how long you've been using it, all that kind of. It's a very exclusive.
Where you bought it.
Exclusive
the date
technology.
And time.
Yeah. Very exclusive technology. So if you try to go and scam them, they're going to know.
We
Abby
will
has
know.
the device.
Always.
So, well, hey, we're going to take a quick break. Our good friend is joining us here in just a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
Josie will have her on here in just a few moments. And so we want to make sure that we talk more about a great event happening here in our community coming up very soon. By the way, Dolly's with us. Hey, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. How you doing? Braylon was in here with me Monday and Tuesday because she was getting over being sick. And she knows that's Dolly now. And our friend from the chamber, Kelly, had came in and she brought in, Kelly Ramey has another Dolly Parton, and it's at my office at the church. She's coming by today to get this one, and then I got to bring the other Dolly.
So you're just going to trade them out?
I think this one's going to go back to Diva Night. That's why she's here. Diva Night coming up, by the way, too, and that's why she's here.
Woo.
Hey, and by the way, before we take that break,
hey.
We're just all over the place this morning. Diva Night is taking place. Are you going to this, Abby?
I am. We are a part of it.
You guys have been a part of it for many years since Justin started. So this is a ladies only event. April the 19th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Walker County Fairgrounds. You know, Bridget, my wife, came up to me the other night and says, "Oh, by the way, she's like, I have to go to Diva Night." I said, "Why do you have to go? You going to Diva Night?" I didn't know she wanted to do that. She's, "Yeah, all my coworkers are going." She goes, "I better go." So my wife is going to Diva Night. I get to stay home with the kids or the children because my wife is not a goat. She is the greatest of all time, but kids mean if you're a kid, that's like a goat. That's where that comes from. Yeah. So.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. So, and Kay Boning of Tomorrow's Promise will always correct you. You never say kids, you say children. Kids are the offspring of a goat.
Oh.
Although some children are kids. And
sorry, Miss Kay.
If you know these kids' parents, they probably are kids. So, anyways, their parents are goats. Diva Night, ladies only event in Huntsville. Going to be food, drink, shopping, door prizes, costume contest.
Oh, fun.
It's going to take place on April the 19th from 5:30 to 8:30. I think those tickets are like, I don't know what the price is. I don't want to. It may be like $50 a person. It's not that bad. But check this out. We got tickets that we're giving away.
Woo!
So, ladies, you remember Kenny Rogers? Do you know that musician? Kenny Rogers? Oh, man. Do you know Josie? Kenny Rogers? Josie knows Kenny Rogers. There was a song that old Kenny used to sing, Lady. So, anyways, ladies, we've got Diva Night tickets that we're giving away. And all you got to do, the giveaway today is Diva Night tickets. So, if you cannot go to Diva Night, please don't text in. But this is your chance to win Diva Night tickets. I've got one of them. I'm going to give. You know what? I'm going to give away two. I'm giving away 2 Diva Night tickets right here, right now on the show. And all you have to do. What do you got to do?
You got to text in the keyword Diva.
DIVA.
To 936-339-0139.
Josie's got her phone out. She's texting. That's okay if she wants to. That's fine. So, yeah, text in the keyword. And that's the giveaway today, guys. We're not giving away money, not giving away Cafe Texan. We're giving away 2 Diva Night tickets, courtesy of the Huntsville Walker County Chamber of Commerce. So, ladies or men, guys, look, maybe you need to make a great impression on your spouse.
Yes.
Maybe you're in the doghouse this morning because you brought back some food your wife didn't want. And you were selfish and you said, man, I just brought back the best burger. Your wife didn't want a burger last night. So you were in the doghouse. I didn't do that, by the way. But you're in the doghouse this morning. Text in the keyword DIVA, D-I-V-A, on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, as Abby said, 936-339-0139. We'll step aside, take a break, and listen at your national news. Word from our sponsor. Josie joins the conversation. When we come back, stay with us. We got a lot to talk about this morning. It's your show. Good morning, Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. The number of fatalities remains unclear, but the largest earthquake to hit the island of Taiwan is being reported this week. The U.S. Geological Survey says it hit Wednesday morning local time in Taiwan, the quake bringing down more than 24 buildings, and it's expected to trigger aftershocks as strong as magnitude 7 in the coming days. Voters have been weighing in for several more state primary elections this week. On Tuesday, voters cast ballots for president and other races and ballot items in Connecticut, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. President Biden was expected to see another uncommitted protest vote from critics of his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Donald Trump harshly criticizing President Biden's management of the U.S.-Mexico border. USA's John Schaefer with more.
Speaking at a campaign event in Grand Rapids, Michigan Tuesday, Trump said that Biden is permitting a bloodbath to unfold at the southern border.
Under crooked Joe Biden, every state is now a border state. Every town is now a border town because Joe Biden has brought the carnage and chaos and killing from all over the world and dumped it straight into our backyards.
Trump pledged to take a tough stance on illegal immigration should he win the presidency in November.
President Biden says he had a phone conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping for the first time in several months Tuesday. A higher than average snowpack for March in California means more relief from drought in the Golden State, although it's been from one extreme to the other. After announcing snowpack measurements Tuesday, California Natural Resources Agency Secretary Wade Crowfoot.
Across 400 miles of the Sierra Nevada range, in coming weeks, this snow will melt in countless streams and tributaries into rivers, and that snowpack will turn into water to provide drinking water for upwards of 40 million Californians.
This is USA News.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me could understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Trendsetters, join me in welcoming Abby from the Color Bar, the ultimate destination for a fresh look in 2024.
Excited to be here, Rob. We're transforming styles with the latest Bellamy extensions and vibrant colors.
Tell us about these game-changing extensions and the vibe for the new year.
With Bellamy's range and our unique color palette, everyone can find their perfect style. Think bold reds and chic pastels for 2024.
And the deals?
We're offering special financing on extensions and a complimentary conditioning with any color service in January.
Abby, how can listeners join in?
Well, that's easy. They can just visit colorbartx.com or call us at 936-439-4972. We're in Huntsville and Conroe, ready to make your year stunning.
Thanks, Abby. Folks, don't wait to reinvent yourself with the Color Bar's Bellamy magic.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Quincy Carter Foundation is on a mission to transform lives through sports, education, and substance-free living. Founded by former NFL quarterback Quincy Carter, the foundation shines a light on underserved youth, offering free football clinics that teach more than just the game. They instill life skills like teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. In 2023, the foundation expanded its impact, partnering with sober living facilities to offer scholarships for adults in recovery, easing the financial strain and supporting them on their journey to a healthier life. And now, the Oak Ridge Disciple House proudly stands with the Quincy Carter Foundation as a ministry partner, united in a commitment to lifting up those in need. Join us in supporting this vital work. Visit the Quincy Carter Foundation online at thequincycarterfoundation.com to make a difference today. All right, Huntsville, we're back at it here. Time now is 8:10. If you had to be at work at 8 o'clock, well, that was 10 minutes ago. So,
Wow.
Unless you got Whataburger Taquita, or you know what, Sandra, I want to support really local. Unless you got Sandra's Kitchen breakfast tacos,
Ooh,
you probably done. You know,
I've never been. Where is it at?
It's right around the corner.
Oh,
Right around the corner.
Perfect.
Sandra's Kitchen is really good. That's my good friend Sandra. Go by and see her. Tell her you heard about her on Hello Huntsville. She don't even sponsor the show, but I'm going to promote her because she's a great lady, and we just think the world of her. And she makes great tacos. Hey, real quick, text in Diva, ladies. Granny Mary's Cajun 80. You want to win tickets to Diva Night? Text in the word Diva. We already had four women have texted in now Maybe a guy. Maybe I saw the names. Some of the names we saved. There was one unnamed that's never texted the show before. Guys, if you want to make a good impression on your significant other, just text it in. You could get her tickets. Diva, along with your name, Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine, 936-329-0139 is the number to text. And here we go. Back at it.
We're here.
Cool. Great to see y'all. I told you I was just going to leave. So if that's hold on. Dolly's acting kind of strange over here.
Sorry.
She's being shy.
Yeah. Come on, Dolly. There you are. Josie, welcome back in.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
It's the Hour of Stowers here with Josie Stowers joining us. Good to see you, Josie. It's been a while.
I know it has. Good morning.
You know what's really cool? And we're here with the Color Bar. Abby Albright here with us. As always, big thank you to the Color Bar for their generous support here on a Thursday, a thankful Thursday. It was kind of funny, Josie, because Abby was saying, Josie, I know that name. She's like, I've got a meeting with a Josie tomorrow sometime in the morning.
Yep.
I was like, well, yeah, I just have the meeting right here on the show.
Yeah, I was like, and it's about the 5K run. So it was like, that works out.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about it yesterday with Rick and Kay. But Josie, you cover a lot of the marketing there for Tomorrow's Promise. We love the organization. Our children are there. And the Color Bar is so big in giving back to local area nonprofits. You know, Justin was so instrumental in helping us with this show as well. He connected me to 4 or 5 people that have been just great supporters of our program. But the Color Bar is all about giving back. And this is an event that they're going to be involved in and helping to give back. Tell us about the run coming up. I know Rick and Kay talked yesterday, but you're going to give us some more insight.
Yes.
She's got look at this, cool
I
handouts.
Yes, I got cool papers.
Did you design this stuff?
I designed these two.
Yes, those are awesome.
Miss Kay did this one.
Wow.
Yes. So our 5K run is going to be on May 4th. It's going to be a color run. So we're giving white T-shirts. If you buy a ticket before April 20th, you will for sure get a T-shirt. You enter your size in the box and we'll get it ordered. And they're white. So whenever we throw the color, your T-shirt will be all colorful from
ruined.
Yeah.
No, it will be beautiful colored.
Yes, and it'll stain it. So when you wash it, I think some of it will come out over time, but for the most part, it'll all stay there. So it's a fun memory from the event. And we do have some sponsorships available that will put you on the back of our T-shirt.
And those I would imagine those are going to be due pretty quick though, right? Because y'all are 2 weeks out from ordering those shirts.
Yes, 2 weeks from ordering the shirts. So our sponsorships that include your logo on the T-shirt are the sprinter, runner, jogger, walker, and crawler. Or no, crawler doesn't. Crawler's the only sponsorship that would not put your name on the T-shirt. That one's only $150, and you can put an item in our goodie bag. So we're expecting around 300 runners. So it's a great way to get your business's name out to 300 people.
Now here, Josie, so you didn't catch this yesterday. I know that y'all are expecting 300, but we said on the show we're believing for 400.
Believing for 400.
So let us. What are the price ranges of those ones to get on the shirts? I'm interested in that.
So to get on the shirt, you only have to pay $300. That's the smallest one to get on the shirt, and that includes one entry into the race and one T-shirt as well. And then you can also put materials in the goodie bags. So then the jogger is $500, and the words are small, sorry.
That's all right.
For the $500 jogger sponsorship, your logo will be placed at the color station. Logo prominently displayed on the T-shirt, so it'll be bigger for the T-shirt. You can set up your table or tent in the provided location near the check-in tent at our color run, and then you get 2 entries and 2 T-shirts.
Ooh, awesome.
Yes.
Man, that's not bad at all.
Yes.
For $500, talk about that's a lot of exposure.
Yes. And then also putting materials into the goodie bags. And I don't know if you can, I can email this to anybody who is interested, but as the sponsorship gets bigger, all the previous benefits are included still.
Sweet. Yeah, if you can email that to us, and we're working on putting together an article too about this event coming up and some different things. So if you can email that to us, we'll put it up on our website as well.
That's awesome,
yeah. Josie, this is the first time you've been a part of some, obviously, because you've been working there for a few months now, but this is the first time. Is this like your first big event that you're helping to kind of put together?
It is the biggest event that I've been a part of putting together. I've helped with some smaller events in the past, but this is the largest one for sure, and I'm so excited. We have some great sponsors who have given some amazing goodie bag items, so I'm really excited about the goodie bags this year too. So as long as you purchase your ticket before April 20th, you're set for a T-shirt and a goodie bag. And then on-site registration is going to be slightly higher. For the day of, it'll be $20 for children, $30 for adults. But if you purchase your ticket beforehand, children are $15 and adults are $25.
Yeah, and all you got to do is go to runwithyourimagination.com. If you do that right now, you can go on there and register. $25 for adults, $15 for children. I believe it's 5 or under 5, or is it 5 and under are free? It's one of those ages.
Under 5 is free.
So 4 and under basically is free.
Yes.
So 4 and under free. And go to runwithyourimagination.com and register today. Here's something someone said yesterday that I really liked. They said, maybe I don't want to run, but I'm still going to register just so I can get a shirt and support Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
Yes, you can't get a T-shirt for, well, you can probably find some T-shirts for $25, but not a cool one. And ours is going to be cool.
Yeah, and you can even get a goodie bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure that you sign up. Do that right now, friends. Again, we're believing and just praying for 400 people to show up to this event. It does go to support the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. The biggest part of that is those books go to children ages 0 to 5, no charge, and this money goes to pay for the shipping cost of those books. I think Kay said it's like $30 or $40 a year per child, and that adds up. She's giving out over 1,000 books a month now.
Mhm.
So.
And it's also amazing to think that just for that amount of money, you can sponsor a child for a whole year.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So with 2 tickets, essentially you're covering the cost over that of a child for a year, which I think is great. That me and my boyfriend will be there. I already know that.
Awesome.
So that's just awesome, that you're doing that. I think that's great.
Yep. So it's all about the Run With Your Imagination 5K color run. What's the day of that again? Give us kind of more of the details, Josie.
It'll be May 4th at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it is across from the Teacher Education Building at Sam Houston. So if you're headed to the Teacher Education Building, you'll see us.
Awesome.
And we're also going to have a DJ and a bubble party. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yay.
Sweet. Are you going to be the DJ or the bubbler or not?
No.
What are you going to be doing at this event?
I think I'm going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off probably, but it's okay.
But it's okay.
That's how I do some of my best work. So,
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, under pressure, for sure.
Well, it'd be great. Bridget and I came back to Huntsville a year ago, and this was the first event that we went to, and it was so great. We had Dr. Shepard there, superintendent of the schools here in Huntsville, and many other people showed up. It was a lot of fun. I've heard about it. We've talked about it in the past before, the 3 previous years that we were here before we moved. And, man, it's such a great event. And I love this opportunity for folks to give back. And that's why, Abby, I'll let you talk about just kind of how the Color Bar partners with events like this. I know that's really important to the core of what the Color Bar does.
Yeah, I think that, just working for a company and a small business, in the Huntsville area like the Color Bar, we love to give back to the community. And I know specifically with Tomorrow's Promise, Miss Kay and Mr. Rick love Justin. Justin loves them. They're awesome. We love them at the Color Bar. And just supporting local businesses that have a purpose, I think is huge for Justin. A lot of the time when we are looking for events to sponsor or help out with, he'll always ask me, well, what's it for? And if it's not for something that we particularly are aligned with, then it's not really going to align with the mission and the people that we want to attract to our business. But as Tomorrow's Promise, they're going after children, they're helping kids. And I know Justin's just a sucker for kids. We all love them and we love supporting them. So just businesses and events like this are so fun. I think they're fun. I think they're great.
And that's a good
Thank
testimonial,
you.
too,
Yeah.
for someone else out there this morning that has a business. Friends, look, for $300, you can get your logo on a shirt.
Yeah.
You can get entry to the race. And just for $200 more, you can set up a 10x10 booth at the event to really showcase your products and services. Last year, I saw a lot of booths out there. A lot of people helped to sponsor this. And that goes to help cover the production of the shirts. And monies that are left over will go for other costs of the event and then go to the library as well, to the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library for the shipping costs.
Which I think is like the biggest thing, as not only you're supporting your business and people in the Huntsville area are supporting theirs, you're supporting kids as well with the money you're donating,
Dolly Parton has a special message. I'm going to let her kind of come in over here.
There we go.
Thanks.
Here she is.
Here she is. And she says, hey, everybody, it's me, Dolly. I'm not doing her any disrespect, by the way. I just don't know how to talk like her. I want y'all to make sure that you sign up right now at runwithyourimaginationcom. I provide the books at no charge, but Kay has to pay for the shipping costs. So y'all come on down there and get the rest of it, even if you work 9 to 5. Okay? All right. Love y'all. Peace.
Yes. Is May 4th
she
a
just-
Saturday?
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you, Dolly.
awesome.
There she goes. So, please don't. I wasn't disrespecting Dolly. I just can't do her accent very well. So. Well, cool. Well, Josie, anything else you want to add? I know you've talked about a lot, and we want to continue to highlight this as well. It's such an important event coming up.
We hope to see you there. It's going to be a great time. Come out and enjoy with us.
Awesome. Hey, and great things, by the way, happening at Tomorrow's Promise. I was bombarded yesterday on my way to get my little baby out of the nursery because that's where the photo guys are set up.
Yes.
So, and I say bombarded, they're really good salesmen. That guy was like, I said, and we're probably going to get the photos, but Bridget wasn't with me yesterday. And I've learned this. Daddies don't pick the photos. Let mamas pick the photos. And they took some really great pictures of our little precious Caden and Braylon. But that guy was like, I was going to get the baby, and he goes, "Hey, man, what's your last name? We'll get the pictures ready for you when you come back." So I told him, man, he had them all laid out. And I said, "Yeah, my wife, those are beautiful. I would buy them all if I could." But I said, and he goes, "Well, go ahead, buy them." I was like, "Well, I don't have my wallet in my car." "Well, I'll be right here." And but I said, my wife is the final decision maker. He goes, "Well, here, put her on FaceTime. Let's talk to her." I said, "Well, I don't have my phone, man." And then at that point, he was done. He's like, "All right, we'll bring her tomorrow." So, but it's really cool. I know photos are going on right now. You guys do such cool stuff. Like, I had no idea that y'all did photos of the children.
Yes, and they're amazing. They turned out so good.
Oh, that's cute.
And y'all's teachers, like, we love all, everyone over there, Miss Gloria, and, we pick up in the morning. Caitlin's always there in the morning, and she's so sweet to my daughter.
Yes.
But they were so awesome knowing, and this is the personal relationship, just like at the Color Bar. It's all about the experience, right? It's about the experience at Tomorrow's Promise, too. And they were so good at the teachers at acknowledging that, we have 2 children there, Braylon and Caden. So they, on their own, I would have never thought of this. They said, we need to make sure that they get a sibling photo.
Yes.
And so Caden was kind of fussy, so it's actually kind of cute. I really kind of want to get that picture.
Aww.
Yeah, so, well, great things happening. Tomorrow's Promise, they do so much in the community. We talked to them yesterday. We wanted to highlight this along with the Color Bar because the Color Bar is heavily invested in these type of events and organizations. Sign up for that race now, even if you can't make it to the race. Please, it's only $25, and that goes to support the shipping costs of these free books that go to children 0 to 5 here in Walker County. You can get a free book, too. If your child is 0 to 5, if you're the legal parent or guardian of a child, you can get these books. Guess what? You don't get them in Harris County. You don't get them in Montgomery County. You don't get them back in my county in Wilco and Williamson County. You know where you get them? Get them right here. Walker, Texas Ranger. Come on down there and get the. Have you heard of that one before, Abby? You haven't heard of Walker, Texas Ranger?
I watched Talladega Nights the other night.
So but have you seen the show? Have you seen the actual legitimate Walker, Texas Ranger show?
I've never seen it, but I know about it.
Well, Chuck Norris is the star of that show. He lives right down the road. I mean,
yes,
he produces
Navasota, right?
Yeah, and he produces his own water. This guy, literally had property and found out that there was a well on his property, like a natural spring on his property. And so he bought the property across the highway, and they drilled a pipe underground, and they produced that water at that facility. Jeez. It's the coolest thing, man. So it don't get any better than that.
Yeah, that's high tech.
So, well, all right. Well, Josie, appreciate it. Oh, I have that, North Dakota got stuck in me when I was broadcasting for North Dakota State because it was the bison. So all my S's came out as Z's. It's not bison. They pronounce it bison.
That's so interesting. I never knew that.
So when I say your name, I've been saying Josie, but it's Josie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josie. I do get Josie a lot, though.
Yeah.
And I'll take it.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. That's just some of that bison bias coming out of me this morning. So it's Josie at the Tomorrow's Promise. She'll take great care of you. More information online, runwithyourimaginationcom. You can buy those tickets right now. Please do it and let's support them. So, Josie, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. We're going to take another break. Abby and I got more to talk about. We still got about 10 or 15 minutes here this morning. And Abby is celebrating a monumental milestone in her early career. We're going to talk about it here in just a few moments. Hey, Diva Night tickets. Josie, are you going Diva Night?
Yes, I will be there.
All you got to do, check it out. And Josie, by the way, said, I'm not texting in. She said,
she was like, I already know.
She said, Miss K's hooked us up. And that was very nice and honorable of Josie. But if you want to go to Diva Night, guys, if you want your significant other to go to Diva Night, to get out of that doghouse this morning, all you got to do is text in the keyword DIVA, D-I-V-A, along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. That number, 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every Thursday, we're able to highlight the good in this community thanks to our Foundation 5 sponsors, and that is the Color Bar here with us on a Thursday. We appreciate the generous support and all that they do in our community. They are your neighborhood hair salon. More information online at colorbartx.com. We'll talk more with Abby when we come back. Here's a word from our sponsors. Stay with us. More to come as we continue on. It is your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hey listeners, Rob here, and I'm excited to welcome Abby from the Color Bar, where they're all about meeting every community need with continuous innovation.
Thanks, Rob. We're thrilled to evolve, offering stylish cuts for kids, men, and women, alongside expert coloring services.
That's fantastic. What's new and exciting in the world of the Color Bar?
We're always adding to our repertoire. Whether it's trendy cuts for all ages or dynamic coloring techniques, our team is geared up for it.
That's great to hear. Any sneak peek into future plans?
Our community drives us, Rob. Stay tuned for more services on the horizon, ensuring we cater to everyone's unique tastes.
Exciting times ahead. And Abby, tell us about the Color Bar's locations.
We're not just in one spot, we're spreading the magic in multiple locations. You can find us in Huntsville and Conroe.
Fantastic. So listeners, for a stylish experience with the Color Bar, visit colorbartx.com or call 936-439-4972. With multiple locations, they're here to give you a look that feels uniquely yours.
We can't wait to welcome everyone to the Color Bar.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Join us at First Baptist Church Huntsville for the exciting return of Wednesday Night Live starting March 6th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're offering games, fellowship, a free meal, and Bible study sessions for all ages. Whether you're a child, teen, or adult, there's something for everyone. Adults can enjoy new Bible study classes while the kids engage in fun, faith-based activities. This community event is open to everyone free of charge. Don't miss out on this opportunity for spiritual growth and community connection. To register and for more information, visit fbchuntsville.org.
Join us on Thursday, May the 2nd for the Walker County National Day of Prayer at the Walker County Fairgrounds from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for community, unity, and faith. Enjoy a light lunch and reflective prayer, then return at 6 p.m. for our inaugural Evening of Hope with guest speaker Mike Satterfield and music by Dove Award-winning artist The Irwins. It's a day to renew your spirit. Let's unite in prayer and hope. See you at the Fairgrounds on Thursday, May the 2nd. This message brought to you by Postcards Magazine. Community, it's what we do.
All right, then, 8:31.
Woo.
That's how we greet people now, Abby. All right, then. Does your generation say, like, all right, then?
Not too much.
How do you say, like, hello to somebody? Like,
hey.
What about goodbye?
Bye.
See ya. Fist bumps aren't a thing anymore either, I heard.
Not
like back
too
in the day,
much.
everybody did this.
My dad and his friends have like a whole
ritual
thing that they do, and I don't know. Oh, let's center her.
Hold on, Dolly wants to move back over. You know what? Let's put her right. She's
There she
talking.
is.
See?
Cool.
She's like right behind
That
you.
looks great.
It's kind of Dolly, I'm sorry. You have to help her around. You know, she's kind of static. She doesn't move a whole lot these days. Welcome back at it as we go here, 8:31. Big thank you to everybody for joining us. By the way, if you're waking up today, you should already be awake. It's 8:30. It's kind of getting late. That used to be 8:30 used to be early for me.
8:30 is, well, it used to be early for me too. You know, I remember that, and I was telling my boyfriend, waking up before like 10, I was like, man, I woke up real early today. Now, if I'm not up by like 5:45-ish.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I'm like.
Do you go to school first?
No, not this today. But I did
you're
wake
up at like 5:40. That's crazy.
Yeah, every day.
Wow, that's awesome.
My body just wakes up now. It happened when Justin and I went to the gym. Justin.
Are y'all still going?
Well, yes and no.
Putting Justin on blast.
we
You better get back after it.
have a membership. We've just been slacking for a little bit, but that's okay.
I hit the scale this morning. I was 245, one of the heaviest I've been. And I was not happy, especially turning 40. Kind of serious. I mean, heart disease runs rampant on my mom's side of the family. And I've been really worried about that. I've literally been out of breath, like just walking to my truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on for a couple of years, and it's getting worse. And I've had tests and all that. I won't get into it, but everyone's like, oh, you're fine. Well, the doctor now is like, no, we need to test this a little bit more. But what I'm getting at is it's really important to take care of yourself. And as I approach 40, I mean, I've got two really young children. I want to be there for my children when I grow up. And so I need the community to keep me accountable, please. I have made a commitment to myself. Last night, I said I got to start eating better and taking better care of myself. And so this morning, the urge was there to go to McDonald's and get those burritos.
I was going to tell you, I noticed you didn't have McDonald's, and I'm proud. That's a good thing. I mean, I love McDonald's still. I'm not hating on it, but it's a good thing because being a health science major, all the classes that I do take regarding health and everything, I took one basically, it was just called like lifestyle health and wellness. And all it was a class that just talked about what was good for you and what made sense for your body. And I will say that it definitely changed my perspective on things because I didn't realize how bad some of the things that we eat every day are for you. You know, just like your cholesterol. Cholesterol is a huge thing. And I didn't realize how deadly it could be once it gets bad, but it's from animal products. If you did not know, it's from animal products. So just watch your cholesterol. But it's scary knowing all the things out there that are so bad for you.
You know what's scary too about like heart conditions and stuff is like you can get an EKG and you can go run on a treadmill and you can do all these things and they'll say, oh, you're healthy. But then there's another part of your heart they call the widowmaker, and that one's the one that hides on you. And it happened to, someone that was down the road from us. And I was talking to them, and they said, yeah, my husband was on the golf course and basically collapsed after they'd already told him he was fine. Now, he survived, and he's okay now. But they found he was like 99% clot in his widowmaker. And so that's why I'm like a really big believer in the medical world that, if we're going to test people, let's go ahead and let's figure out a way. I think number one, when you're like 50 plus, I think now it's like 40 plus, and I already had one a couple of years ago, but colonoscopy. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and talk about colonoscopies, but it's like that's something that you should do.
Yes, it's a wellness.
So that's a wellness check, right?
Yeah.
And there's other wellness checks that you do, like full blood workup and all that. They need to figure out a way to get PET scan costs really low. PET scan scans you for cancer. Mm-hmm. Just imagine if everybody was encouraged at 40 to have a PET scan, how many types of cancer they could detect early enough to do something about.
What I'm big on in the medical field is second opinions. I think people diss on second opinions a lot because oftentimes when you're with a doctor, that relationship is so close between the two of you, which I think is amazing, and that's awesome that you have a doctor that you're so close to. But I think when my dad, for example, he's getting older, he feels things in him starting to slow down, just not working as they should. So he's going to get checked up, but his doctors keep dismissing him, and telling him, oh, you're fine. Just like you were saying, oh, you're fine. Oh, you're fine. Mm-hmm. And they oftentimes do that. My dad was just telling me, they oftentimes do that because they don't want to make you go through the process of whatever it is, or they don't think it's at that stage, or, whatever it may be, their reasonings behind it. But there's going to be that one doctor that's like, oh, wait, hey, I found something. Let's go this route. And so I'm huge on second opinions. I mean, I call my dad constantly, and I'm like, how'd your doctor's appointment go? Did you go to a different one? Just checking up, because you never know. And doctors are biased, whether or not people don't like to say they are. They very much are biased, and they say their professional opinion, which I think a lot of professionals do, but it's just their opinion on a lot of things. And I think getting second opinions for something so serious as, heart disease, or like my dad, he has a hernia. So that's very serious. Getting something fixed like that. Always get second opinions, I feel.
No, I think that's really good. And, there was years ago that I had this horrible reflux in my esophagus, and I literally had 4 or 5 opinions before I finally found somebody who actually took care of me. And I was trying to find this. There's still some old news floating around the internet. KSAT has it down in San Antonio. This was back in 2015, but there was a news article that went out, and a magazine article that went out about a procedure I had on my esophagus. And, it was for this thing called a Lynx device for reflux. And I got it because my doctor had it. It was really revolutionary back in the day. It's a bracelet that goes around your esophagus, and it helps with acid reflux. Mm-hmm. It's very quick recovery, unlike the traditional surgery that takes about 2 weeks. Well, lo and behold, I won't get into the politics of it, but a certain president decided that he knew what was best for the American people in healthcare, and it completely ruined me for healthcare. And this was years ago, and I couldn't afford health insurance anymore at the time. Well, here's what happened. In the middle of all that, I needed to get this thing out because it quit working. Mm-hmm. My doctor that put it in me got his out. He had one too. Mm-hmm. That's why I believed in it, because he got it done. And I'm so thankful for him, because where other gastroenterologists dismissed it as you're really young, there's no way, there's nothing. He saw it, and he's like, dude, you're borderline Barrett's esophagus, which is a precancerous esophageal condition. And he's like, we need to take care of this now. Mm-hmm. And for a couple of years, he did. The problem was the thing quit working, didn't have insurance, couldn't get it out. And now it's been in my esophagus now for 10 years.
Wow, still.
Yeah, we have insurance now. But here's the thing. I'm nervous about getting it out now.
I would be too.
Because it's right around your esophagus.
I would be too.
And they got to go in laparoscopically. They go in basically around your heart. There's been a couple of times where the doctors slipped, and that was night-night kitty for the person on the table. And then what happens? 10 years of this thing being in me, imagine all the scar tissue that's built up around it now. So it's really nerve-wracking to think about.
That is a very nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah, and I guess I was so young and naive at the time that I was like, just do whatever. And I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
At all. And now as I get older, I'm actually worried about getting the thing taken out. But I need it out.
Yes.
So
my dad has been the same way. When he was younger, going to the doctor was like nothing. He was like, oh, I don't care. He broke his collarbone playing football in high school, never went to the doctor and got it fixed. So it was just one of those things where he was like, oh, I don't care. And it never worried him. He would just do it himself. But now when he has doctor's appointments, he's calling me, his daughter, and he's like, I'm nervous, And it's one of those things, just because it's something either A, so so serious, or his age, or all the things, all the above. It's just a nerve-wracking thing. I think doctors are a little scary. I had to go to the doctor's office on campus a bunch during my first semester of college, and they were so nice. I mean, they were very nice and, like, welcoming to students, but it was still a very nerve-wracking experience, and just having to go through the process of that was a lot.
Yeah, we'll get that. My sister said I get second and third opinions all the time. It's kind of like if you get a second opinion, then I almost feel like you have to get a third because now you need something to break the tie.
Right? Now
You know
you're
what I'm
like,
saying?
okay, you said this. You
Yeah,
said
so-
this.
Well, Abby, before we head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, some exciting news for you. You know, working at the Color Bar, and you're doing marketing, but you have developed an interest in cosmetology.
Yeah.
Something really awesome just happened for
It
you. Let us
did.
know about it. I'm really excited
It
when you told me
did.
this.
So yesterday was my last day of phase 1 in cosmetology school. So I officially graduated that phase. I took my written and practical final on Tuesday.
And passed it with flying colors.
Flying colors.
99.9%, right?
Even better. So
You got 100?
I got a 95 on my written, and then I got like 1 tick on my practical out of 23. So whatever that is. Whatever that is.
That is excellent, is
Okay.
what that is.
Well,
yeah.
I was stoked about it, so I'm excited. Phase 2 is now color. So phase 1, at least at the school I go to, which is Aveda and Shenandoah, but phase 1 is all cuts and hairstyling. So for 10 weeks straight, all we did was haircuts. We would do all different types of cuts. I think we learned 13 different types, and then we did about 32. I had like 32 signatures on my thing. And then phase 2 is all about color. So we learn about color theory, you know, highlights. We also learn perms, roller sets, things like that. So I'm really excited about phase 2.
Congratulations,
Yay.
Abby.
Thank
And
you.
there's what, 4 phases, right? that
Yes.
you gotta
So
go through?
I'm 1,000 hours, and that's actually the lowest. So like standard is 1,500. Wow. And Texas is one of the only states who, not one of the only, but it's like one of 4 who offer 1,000-hour cosmetology licenses. Every other state pretty much is a 1,500 minimum. So if I ever wanted to move to like Colorado, or for example, they're 1,500. So I'd have to go back to school for the additional 500 hours. So that's the discrepancy. But I am at 1,000 hours because I plan to stay in Texas. But as soon as I hit phase 4, I think it's like middle of phase 4, I graduate. And then for 1,500, you have 5 phases.
Man, that's great, Abby.
Yeah, I'm
Congratulations.
stoked. I'm so excited.
Hope I hit the right button here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
I can barely hear. That's so quiet. Hold on, let's try. Oh, here. Maybe this will fix it. Because we had the
Scared
music
me.
playing in the background. Hold on, Abby. We have to...
It's okay.
This is like that live production stuff I always talk about, you know? See, it's not getting any louder. And
It's
I don't know
okay.
why.
I can hear it.
It's just not louder. It's very quiet. There you go. Anyways, congratulations.
Thank you.
We gave Abby the clap today.
Thank you.
Well, let's head over to the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. We have a winner, 2 Diva tickets coming to somebody. They can bring a guest. So, Abby, you've been so good at this. I'm going to let you do it.
I'll take it away.
You want to play a joke or just do it for real? Probably for real.
I always do it for real.
Don't answer, you don't win. That's the only thing.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Well, congratulations. You won the 2 Diva Night tickets on Hello Huntsville this morning.
Woo! Yay!
I loved that. I'm blessed. I loved that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who are we speaking with?
This Miss Liggins.
Oh, Bob, what's up, Bobby? How you have never texted in? Look at this. I never seen you comment. You commented, and now you won. And I didn't know that was you because the randomizer picked your number, and there was no name on it.
God is good.
He really is. Wow.
Well, that's good.
Look, I am actually up making jewelry this morning, and I'm normally fast asleep. I heard you talk about getting up at 10, right?
Yes.
That's my norm because I'm up all night making jewelry. But I just happened to get up early this morning, and your notice came up, and I'm like, I'm listening to Rob this morning.
Well, we
Oh,
appreciate that. Well, Miss Liggins, I think the world of you, Bobby, and you know how much I love your husband. IG is just
We absolutely love you guys as well.
yeah. IG is a man of God. I love that man. And when we left Huntsville for those short 8 months, did you know that Brother I call him Brother Liggins. And that's your husband's, but I call him Brother Liggins. Did you know that he called me once in a while to check up on me and how much that meant to me, Bobby?
You mean a lot to him, Rob. You really do, and that's a true love. And we're thankful for you and what you're doing.
Well,
it's amazing.
Well, we appreciate you. We've got those 2 tickets to Diva Night, so you're gonna have to find a friend, and y'all go, and we will have those tickets. You can pick them up anytime, Monday through Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Will that work for you?
It will indeed.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yay.
Well, final question for you. We always ask, what are you most thankful for about here in Huntsville, Texas? What do you love about this community, Bobby?
I love everything about Huntsville. I love the friendliness of the people, and I love the fact that the town is so small. Pretty much everyone knows everybody.
That's it. Well, hey, we appreciate you. God bless you. 2 tickets, Diva Night, coming your way. Holla!
Woo!
All right, have a blessed day, Bobby.
Bye.
Bye.
I think it's the first time on the show I ever say, holla!
I like it. It's starting the morning off right.
Yeah, but I mean that, though. I've known her husband, Brother Liggins, what I call, and he is, man, he's just a man of God. He has a gospel show on the radio on Wednesdays, and he is just an awesome, awesome, awesome man.
I love that.
I love people that, when you get around people and they just make you feel warm because of how kind they are.
Yes.
That's the way Bobby is and her husband. They just make you feel warm. And friends, that's another encouragement this morning. Think about the words that you say about others. And years ago, there was a pastor that I knew, great man, love him to pieces, and pretty big church. Their church grew exponentially. But I'll never forget, one time I started talking about, and I started mentioning somebody, he just kind of walked away, and I was like, this guy's a jerk. Well, later I would find out. He said, man, I don't like to be in the middle of conversations where people aren't here to defend themselves, Rob. And that meant a lot to me. It made me start thinking a lot about, what are we saying about people? Perfect example, somebody had told me a long while back that so-and-so doesn't like you. And that kind of crushed me in a way. And I was like, that's not fair for that person to say that about me to somebody else. And it crushed me. And it's okay. We don't have to like everybody. But you shouldn't go around blurting that to people.
No.
Like, Abby, now, Abby, we like you, but let's pretend I didn't. And as soon as Abby walks out the door, John comes, oh, man, Abby, I didn't care for it. That's just not fair.
Right.
And it's not nice. And it's what kind of spirit are you spreading about others?
I think something so important about that message is when you're telling other people about somebody else, like in that example, if you were to have told John that, now John is feeling a certain way about me, and he might have not even met me, and then John's going to go home and tell his wife and be like, well, Rob was saying that he didn't like it. Now his wife doesn't like me, and I didn't even meet her. You know what I mean? And it's something that's so minuscule where it's, if Rob were to ever have an issue with me, I would hope that he would come to me directly and be like, hey, something went wrong. Can we just talk about this real quick and squash it and move on? And if there was ever anything that you're going through, or that somebody that's going through something where you cannot squash, then I feel that it's best that you leave that person in their own space to heal, and you heal in your own space as well. But there's no need to go around and spreading things. And I feel this goes for people, businesses, experiences, all of the above, because it takes one person to start a rumor. One.
I get I understand that we need to get stuff off of our chest.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, look, it's not a good idea to go home, and I'm guilty of this, and I've apologized to Bridget. There's a lot on my chest, and I'll go home and start talking to her, and it's
right.
That's not fair to her.
Right.
For me to be upset. And so I think it's so important that we have that inner circle that's only 1 or 2 people. Who's that 1 or 2 people in your life that you can talk to about anything? And if there's something you need to get off your chest, get it off your chest with that 1 or 2 people that is in your most inner circle. That person that's always there for you, that person that's always going to keep everything that you tell them confidential. I've got that person in my life, and I'm thankful for it. And I can tell Bridget anything, obviously, also, as my wife. But there's some things that I just need my guy to talk to. Like my best friend, I need to talk to him, and he sends me prayers every morning. And he's literally that one person. I only have one person in that circle,
right?
Other than my wife, but he's that one person. And I posted this, I guess, about 5 days ago, and I wanted to share it real quick. Abby, you still have a few minutes? I don't want to hold you. I know you guys are busy,
good.
But I want to share this morning as we're talking about this, because when this was revealed to me, a long while back, it crushed me, And you're right. It does start making you think differently about somebody that you thought, man, this person supports me, and then you would find out later that they really don't. And to me, I don't care who supports me or not, and I don't mean that in a negative way. But I want to encourage all of you: don't worry about what people think on this earth. As a believer, and I'm going to go down a little train here, but it's a good train to get on. As a believer, the only thing that matters is what God thinks of you. And what does He think of you? He thinks highly of you, so much that He died for you. And here's something that I posted, Abby, almost a week ago. I said, in our lives, the power of our words can truly make a world of difference. Think of that, a world of difference. The words that we say, when we choose to speak favor and blessings over someone, we're not just wishing them well, we're invoking a strength and a future filled with promise. Think about that. A strength and a future filled. How many people out there today need a future filled with promise? Everybody. All of us.
Everybody.
Tells us in Proverbs 18:21. This is from the New Living Translation. The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. Think about that. Let's be those, and that's the end of the verse. But let's be those who breathe life into others, choosing to uplift and to bless others. Think about this morning. Are you uplifting? Are you blessing other people around you? I went on to say this, that it's truly unfortunate when, instead of blessings, others choose to spill poison about someone, especially when that person isn't there to defend themselves. It doesn't just harm the one being spoken about, and you mentioned this earlier, but it diminishes the speaker's spirit as well. Our lives move in the direction of our strongest thoughts and words. So this morning, especially, why not make them positive, life-affirming, and nurturing? As you go on throughout this day and every interaction, strive to make more deposits than withdrawals in the lives around us. I heard this from a pastor years ago, because we're all going to make a withdrawal at some point, but if we've made more deposits, those withdrawals don't really add up to a whole lot. Our words have the power to build up and create, so let's use them wisely. And don't worry about the fiery tongues of others. Focus on the strength and grace within you. Let your words be a fountain of life, not just for you, but for everyone you speak to. And together, we can all create a ripple effect of blessings and positivity. So today, friends, let's choose to speak life, not just today, but every day. And I think that's so important. And I'm not saying that from any personal standpoint. I'm saying it as a general standpoint, that we really do need to be careful about that. And I've been guilty of it, and I hate it. When it happens, and everyone's probably said, well, about so-and-so and this. Put a stop to it. And the more that you think about that every day, the more that I guess that motivation that you want to say something is going to go away. And then you're going to start feeling guilty. And as a believer, you're going to feel convicted about it. And that's a good thing.
Yes.
So,
well, my coworker told me this morning, I was going through a little bit of something, but I called her for just some support. And she told me this morning, the things that people have to say about you have nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And I was so dismissive to her, because I was still in that negative headspace, that I was just like, yeah, whatever, it's whatever you say. But she was like, no, I'm serious. Like, people will not talk about somebody who, like, when they're not hurting, when you're content with yourself, you're so focused on yourself, because as human beings, we are so selfish, whether or not you want to admit it or not. When you're doing good, all you're thinking about is yourself. And so when you're doing bad, a dog on whatever they have going on, so you can feel better about yourself. So I thought that was really important and special when she said that to me. It's to them, and you're not one. They're just going through a hard time, so you just have to be there for them, with a little bit of a distance.
That's right. I love what Bobby said. She said, be a part of the builders, not the wrecking crew.
I love that. No, really. It's funny, but I do love that.
It, yeah. There's a song, really great contemporary Christian artist, Phillips, Craig, and Dean. Randy Phillips out of Austin, Texas, grew up in Louisiana. And his song is Build a Bridge of Love. And it's one of my favorite songs, an old school song. And it's build a bridge of love between us, one stone of hope at a time. Let's span the seas among us. And it's join your hearts with yours and mine.
I love that.
It's really cool. So think about that today. The same material, he said it, the same materials that we use to build bridges, we can also use to build barriers.
And it's true.
So today, are you a bridge builder or are you a barrier builder?
Yep.
Build a bridge of hope between us. Anyways, we're not going to sing anymore. All right, Abby, been a fun morning. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So great to have you all
Thank
the
you
time.
for having me. I love being
You
on.
bet. Congratulations on Phase 1. Phase 2 coming soon.
Thank you.
And go
Phase 2.
Phase 2 is coming. So go by and visit our friends at the Color Bar for all of your hair needs, whether you're a guy, a gal. They got you covered. ColorBarTX.com. Hey, before we go, it's National School Librarian Day today.
Wish your librarians a happy National Day.
Miss Colbert, never forgot about you. She was my junior high librarian, one of my favorites. And guess who was my number one, no offense to you, Miss Colbert, my number one favorite librarian ever, 9th grade, Miss Robin Morrow. And I still talk to her to this day.
Do you really?
I sure do, yep. And love her. She's a great lady. She believed in me big time when I was in 9th grade. And she's just a special lady in my life. And even her assistant librarian, Miss Sproul, Linda Sproul, used to work with her. I remember them because I was a kid. I didn't go to lunch. I went to the library.
Really?
Yeah. And Miss Morrow had always supported me and believed in me. And because of her spark when I was in 9th grade and then later on my marketing teacher in high school, it helped me with a lot of confidence issues that I had. And so I really appreciate Miss Morrow. I have the most respect for her and my marketing teacher, Diane Wedding. I still talk to both of those ladies. It's cool.
Awesome. Yes, that's incredible.
So it's cool. So it's National School Librarian. And hey, here's a fun one today. I have no idea who thinks of this stuff. It's National Walk Around Things today. Don't we walk around stuff all the time?
You know, that's...
But you can look at it. You can look at it figuratively.
This holiday is open to interpretation.
But it is. Think about it. So literally, we walk. But here's the thing: it's figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to walk? And this is lines up. Are you going to walk into a situation today that you shouldn't walk into? Or are you just going to walk around it?
Yeah. Pick your battles.
Walk around things.
Pick and
today. I don't know who
choose.
comes up with this stuff. The best one too that I really liked today. It's also National Jeep 4x4. I missed my Jeep. I had one.
Really?
I had 2 of them. Loved them.
That was the first car I wanted. I never got it, but it was definitely like the first dream car.
They're fun when you're younger, but then when you realize and you're driving and the gas costs, you're like, not fun.
Exactly.
It's also National Burrito Day today.
I love burritos.
You a Chipotle or a Freebirds? Do you know both?
I know both.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer Chipotle. However, I don't like either, really. Like, I'm not a huge fan of either. But U Burrito in Huntsville, I mean, I know they're gone now, which made me so sad. But they were so good.
Yeah, what happened? I don't know why they...
I don't either. I always saw them busy. I loved their food. I don't know what happened, but...
I told the owner. No, I didn't
gone.
tell the owner. I didn't tell the owner. I should have told. I think the glass over there, like when you would order, people they could never hear you.
They now have that...
it should have been tilted.
The DC...
And it's good. DCG chicken.
I went, and it is really good, but they didn't change anything about the inside. It looks exactly the same, but it's great. I got their fries. They're like platter or whatever it is.
Euro? Is that what you call that stuff?
So actually, we asked them, and it's pronounced euro.
Euro.
Like the
money,
currency.
like the currency.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I always thought it was gyro.
You know what's cool? My sister just said this, and this was on my mind in kindergarten. My librarian, and I remember her too, is Miss Burson, the Burson family. And that was my sister's favorite librarian, Miss Burson. And I remember Miss Burson. She used to read. She wore these cool little dresses, and she'd always sit down and read to us.
Aww.
Yep. So cool. All right. Hey, well, we love you. We got to go. Abby.
Have a great day.
Maybe we'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Because I know y'all are going to be with us for another month. And I did want to say this. Nothing bad at all. The Color Bar, we're refocusing some marketing. And so this is the last month that we're going to have our friends from the Color Bar here with us as far as a Thursday show host. But we're going to be doing some other marketing. do want to encourage you. Like, there's nothing bad going on,
No.
nothing like that at all. In fact, I told Abby, I was like, I'd love for you to come back on every once in a while.
Yes.
But we're doing some new marketing ideas with you guys, specifically with a lot of younger people at the university. And so we're looking forward to that. And I know I'm working with Justin on a few things.
Yeah.
And so, but we're excited. I'm kind of sad because, it's only 3 more shows, I think, with you guys left.
I know.
So let's get
It's sad, but
if Justin comes on the last one, come with him. All
I
right?
will. I will.
So, all right.
We'll make it special.
We still got a lot to go. So, hey, we love you, Huntsville. As I end every broadcast with this same message. Join us tomorrow, too, by the way. Deanna Irwin's going to be with us from the Peyton Irwin Foundation. But as I end every broadcast, I want to remind you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Go to the Color Bar. Abby will take care of you.
Yes, I sure will. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.